Hello everybody, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining me tonight on the stream. Let's see, who do we have in chat so far? Come on. Why is it not popping up? There we go. Welcome Elizabeth and Angie, Kimberlyn, Holly, Leandri, Vera. Welcome Raven. Welcome to everybody. I'll say good evening in the morning just to confuse people. Some more. Finished your VeryBerrys page today, Vera? So my glasses to put on. Oh, Holly's finishing a Spooky Cat 2 page. Elizabeth is working on Hannah Carlson's Witch's Cottage page. I need to get a page done on that soon. Yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of colouring today actually. I finished off a page in A Million Magical Creatures by Lulu Mayo. Then I did the tiny bit of extra shading that from the Matchstick Mouse costume party page that I started on stream. I'll show you guys. The one that I coloured at the end of one of the streams. I think it was last week. I finished doing the shading on this page. So yeah, I added a bit of silver super golden marker on the mirror and on the stars in the sky. So I worked on that one today. I did my Matchstick Mouse project book, one in adventure, and did a bit of pencil shading in my secret invitation colouring book. But yeah, now we are working on this page, and it is just me home alone today. So Lexi may make an appearance. Here she is, right on cue. Here she is. Say hello. Hello. Hiya Sarah and Kaz, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Next, don't walk on my laptop, please. Did I figure out my witch page yet? Which page? Oh, no, the one I started. No. Oh, I tell you what. After I finished stream on Wednesday, I was like, that did not feel like it went well. I was like, don't let it bother me. Like, yeah, I know, Lex. I'll just come back to that page when I feel more inspired by it. And I tell you what, I'm really loving how this is turning out. I did do an extra layer of pencil on the grass and on the tent afterwards. She is a very cute sounding kitty. A very noisy one, aren't you? Yeah, she's been on my parents' bed for most of the day. My parents have gone away just for the weekend, so it's just me and her. So we get some Lexi time. Oh yeah, no problem, Kimberlyn. Yeah, not sure when I'll get to it. Hopefully, maybe next month I'll bring it back up again. I don't think this month though. I'm not gonna let it worry me for this month. But last night I went through and wrote a list of all the pages I wanted to get done before the end of the month, and it's quite a long list. But to be fair to me, I have done. Oh, I can mark another one off. I have done 4 already since I made the list last night. Which one have I done? It's 1, and I've almost done the Annie Day one. I've started it. Give it a half colour in there. Yes, I have, haven't I? And these are all buddies, group buddies that I've got planned, plus this one, which is the stream page. So, what is Lexi colouring today? Lexi doesn't tend to colour much. She likes to eat pencils occasionally, mainly the ink tents. She'll bite the tip off the ink tents, and I'm like, leave it alone. Yeah. So some are not very difficult. Yeah, well, these 2 are double page spreads. They've been completely based and just need the pencil shading on top. So I'm going to work on them, kind of alternate between the 2 every other day. This one's been based, just needs pencil shading. Rooms of Wonder's been based, just needs pencil shading. Witch's Cottage I haven't started, or Polar Bear's Adventure, or Halloween, or Kawaii Tarot. Those, it'll be fine though. I'll start Witch's Cottage tomorrow. I'm colouring Halloween with Zoe on Sunday. I kind of want to start the Kawaii Tarot one soon, but that one should be easy because I've got the colours already pre-planned for it. And it's just a tiny, one of the smaller cards. Forest Cuties is just an alcohol marker page, so that shouldn't take me long, about an hour. This one, I'm hoping to finish today, the Peaceful Rabbit. Lost and Found, I'm not sure if I'll get that done. Any Day Autumn just has a bit of pencil shading left. Same with Pocket Fairy Tales. Then Creepy Kawaii Halloween is another alcohol marker one. But I can get sort of like a few pages done in a day. Like, yeah, I can, Lex. Like today I've done 4 pages, have I? This might be my 4th. 3 pages, and then this will be my 4th, hopefully. But anyway, let's get colouring it. I want to start doing some of these trees. Hello. She's a noisy girl. Some are not very, but I see Rooms of Wonder around there. Yeah, it's the mushroom wallpaper page, so I've based it completely. You'll be seeing quite a few of these pages in next week's Whips of the Week video. I think I will share all of them and be like, I want to get these done by the end of the month. So that will go up at some point next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, not sure yet. Hi Paulina, welcome in, thanks for joining. And hi Trinu, Smart Husky, lovely to see you here. And welcome Jen. This is the best dream ever. Because of the little kitty meows. She'll settle down. She's currently sat on my lap. I will show you. Here she is, sat on my lap on the blanket. But she'll probably run away at some point. I'll move in a wrong position and she'll be like, nope, goodbye. Right, now to the colouring. Move my pencils to the other side because it's a long book. Yeah, she makes a lot of biscuits. And hello Anastasia, welcome. Lots of people here today, it feels like. Oh, where's my scrap sheet of paper? Oh, try not to disturb Lexi. Is it over here? There we go, got it. And hello Amanda, hello from France. Thank you for joining. I think the only thing I'm not convinced I'll get done today on this page is the background, because it is a big chunk of background. So I am not entirely sure what I'm going to do for that. So instead I'll pretend it doesn't exist for now. I don't know if I want to go for a nice sunsetty sky, or if I want to do a nice bright blue sky or a greyish tone sky. I don't know. Sort of one of those things where I'm not sure until the whole page is done where I've got all the colours on the page. Got internet problems, sorry if I disappeared. No worries, Trini. If you jump in and out, that's absolutely fine. We've got a couple of people at work. What else has everyone been up to today? For the next week, it's going to be go, go, go for colouring for me. Going to be a lot of colouring. I did have a few more videos planned, or video ideas that I wanted to get done this month, but that's going to get pushed to November, that's fine. Even got some more ideas to add to the list. Always got video ideas. Actually, no, that's a lie. Sometimes I don't. Yeah, I'll film a Whips of the Week next week. I've got a haul I want to film as well. I'm just waiting for the last 2 books to arrive, which I'm hoping will be I'm hoping my Rita Berman, the new Rita Berman book, will arrive tomorrow. My Every has got the parcel. And usually when they say that they've got the parcel, the next day it arrives. And then the other one, it's just been transferred. So I predict it'll be Monday or Tuesday next week for the second parcel. And I'll film and upload that haul this month. I've got my plans that I want to film soon, actually. It's going to take a while, but I want to get that filmed before the end of the month, just so it's done and ready. Up Pooge. That page is so cute and looks so detailed when you started. Now it looks less daunting. Yes, that's why I tend to start with a big area of the page, like the sky, the grass, the background. Like if you start with the big items like this tent, then the details seem less daunting because you've got a nice chunk of colour all around it, and it doesn't seem nearly as much, even though it's still the same, but you can distinguish the details a little bit easier as well. You worked this morning, but only a half day, so I did not have to lurk whilst driving home. Yay! That's nice, Kimberlyn. I'm working tomorrow morning, 7 till 2. Andy's just been colouring today. Perfect kind of day. That's exactly what I've been doing. We just got out of the shower. I have to go to Walmart and the pharmacy. Sigh. I have to leave my house. Ugh, hate that. Yeah, I really don't leave the house unless it's for work, really, or I've got a specific appointment to do. Vera cleaned as much as possible in your pet room, then went to a friend, talked and played a little Mario Party, did film a video, and now chilling. Lovely, Vera. I just finished watching a video, actually. I was like, I need something to watch before my stream whilst I'm eating my dinner. And I was like, something around 20 minutes, and then boom, your video popped up, and I was like, perfect. 20 minutes. Oh, bye, Lexi. Lexi's going. We might see her again later, but for now she's gone. It is nice when my parents are away, because she'll sort of flit in and out my room, come for a snuggle and then leave and then come back and then leave and come back. Whereas if they're home in the evening, she tends to sit on my mum's lap. That's her little routine. But when I'm here, she'll just kind of go in and out of my room. So how are you going, Jess? I'm going well. I'm doing well. Thank you, Trini. I am doing well. Enjoying my colouring. Being a bit of a colouring maniac at the moment. I wrote down all my buddy colours for October. And I keep remembering others. It started off where I had 16, and now it's up to 18, and I think I remembered another one, maybe another 2, so it might be 20. So help. But then with this list, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 18 pages that I want to get coloured and think I can get coloured in a week. So even though it's a lot of buddy colours, it'll be okay. And I've done with my 50 mythical miniatures, so I don't have to worry about that. I think I'll just kind of... I always prioritise the buddy colours of project books. Maybe some of the group buddy colours I'm in, I just won't get that page done for the month. Which, that's okay. There is one other page that I would really like to get done. Oh, no! I got green on the other page. There we go. Wish I could colour today. We'll have to wait till I get home. Sometimes I bring it to work to do during break and lunch. Yeah, I can't. Well, even when I had a job that I could colour during my break, I didn't want to. I found it, I'm not one to colour in public. All for, like, all power to you if you feel comfortable colouring in public, but not for me. I'm just too kind of shy for that. I'd be worried about people looking at me. Like, I don't care, but I do. I'm going to listen to Vera on the way to Nephew's football game, last one, and it's cold. Ooh. You have a hate relationship with wall art? You just watched my colour palette video? Yeah. I saw a few commenting on the AI nature of it. And I thought that would be a good sort of discussion in the live. Because for me, I try not to support AI colouring books. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, let me grab it. Ooh, a whole bunch of books just slid off. It's these 3 colour palette books. Joanna reached out to me on Instagram and asked to send them to me, and I was like, ooh, yes please, because I already had the pastel version of these. And they're just colour palettes. These images are AI generated. And I had someone saying, oh, I would get this, but it's AI, so I won't. Now, I try my best not to support AI art. But for this is what AI should be used for. It should be used for inspiration. It should be used to help you generate ideas, not to replace artists' work. This isn't replacing anything an artist could do. I mean, you could commission an artist to make this, but think about how expensive and how long that would take just for some colour palettes. And this is just a little person, like one individual making this book or making these books. So I think the AI, the usage of it for colour palettes, for idea generation, like sometimes I'll take a picture of my page and be like, suggest me a colour palette. I think this is perfect for that. And it just gives you loads of great, unique colour palettes to get you started. Oh, hi Zoe, welcome. Thanks for joining. You don't see the ethical issue for this? Yeah, I love those colour palette books. I want to get some of those. And the colourist who makes them seems so nice and genuine. Yeah, I follow her. Yeah, she's got a YouTube channel. She's a lovely lady. Well, very generous to send those to me. And well, using the colour palettes is really fun, and I'm always here for more colour palettes, especially autumnal ones. I feel like I'm constantly searching for autumn palettes because I don't have it in my physical resources. So to have a whole book, or whole 3 books that are nice and autumnal themed, I really enjoy. It's like, I completely understand not wanting to support AI content, but what you're paying that product for is the colour palettes. And they weren't necessarily AI generated, like the image was, and then she's created them, and the complementary colours to go with them. That takes sort of a good eye for colour and detail kind of thing. That's the product you're paying for. When it's a colouring book, the product you're paying for is the AI generated images. And something that I've noticed now that AI has become a bit better and more sophisticated, there's a specific style, and I can show you an example. There's a specific style because I accidentally bought one of like AI generated cute and cozy, and it's this kind of very rounded face, very rounded smiley mouths, sort of simple button noses and eyes, like circular eyes. This is very like indicative of AI generated books because they're better with their details now. Like you don't get the funny hands and whatnot, but I've been seeing on other people's channels lots of faces that look like this. And if it looks like this with that very rounded smile, rounded face, that tends to be, from what I've seen, an AI book. Because I keep seeing these cute and cozy ones pop up and they all look the same, but they're made by different people. And I'm like, yeah, those are AI. So that's something to look out for with your cute and cozy ones. I personally would have kept that one if there weren't so many weird details. It just became such a frustrating book to colour in that I just gave up and asked for a refund because it was AI. I think it depends on the AI content, because sometimes you are still supporting an actual person that is putting work behind things. Yeah, and it is clear that this isn't a quick, oh, put some prompts in and quick buck kind of thing. Like Joanna is really thoughtful into these colour palettes and creating a quality product. Like if it was a book just full of those AI images, like yeah, no, I wouldn't be paying for that. But it's the colour palettes. The worst thing is when it's advertised as man-made. Yeah, and then you discover, oh hang on, there's weird details, and you're like if companies were just upfront about it, I think there should be it should be better kind of like a requirement on Amazon. It's too easy for them to slip through the cracks and just claim to be an artist. Like if you're using AI, say you're using AI. Don't let us discover it because it just makes you feel funny. I don't mind AI when it's used for inspiration. Yeah, me too, Angie. As long as it's not replacing the art itself and just for inspiring the art, absolutely fine. Hiya, Nikki, colouring and lurking. Oh, what are you colouring today? Love to know. I always love hearing what people are colouring. I was watching Colouring with Kay's video that she uploaded yesterday. I started watching it before I went to sleep, and then I went to sleep and didn't watch any of it. It was just background noise. But I watched it this morning at her top favourite Asian colouring books, and now I want to do that. I want to do something similar. And like I saw Geordie do her top 10 colouring books. I'm trying to remember when I did my top 10 favourite colouring books. Because I know I've made that video, but I don't know how long ago it was. Can't remember if it was this year or last year. It would be interesting to see an updated look on that. Colouring a Halloween page in the Teddy's Colouring Heaven Pocket Edition. Oh, that one's so cute. I was very, very tempted to get that one, but I decided no. I try to be really picky with my Colouring Heavens now. I was very close to getting the Halloween pocket one because it was so cute, but I was like, no, I've got enough Halloween colouring books. I probably realistically wouldn't have managed to get it coloured this Halloween season, and so I was like, no. Let's not get it this time. Thankfully, it's easy to spot when there's tens or hundreds of colouring books under one person's name. Yeah, and another thing that if they've produced loads of books, like if they've put up 2 books on the same day, that's a bit sus. If they've got a lot of books, like 5 or 6 books in the space of a couple of months, that's a bit sus. Whereas if you, and for me, Instagram presence is another thing. I mean, AI artists do have Instagram presence, but I find the real colouring book artists, you kind of see sneak previews and things like that, whereas AI books would just put it up, boom, it's here. I made a colouring book using AI. It took me months to perfect it, edit it and turn it into something that I would like to colour. But I made all of that very clear in my launch video, no need to hide. And that's the way you should, like, everyone should have that view, Leandri. Like, you can see an AI generated book and think, that's a cute book and I want to colour that. And that's fair enough. You do you. But be upfront, be transparent. That's all I ask. It's transparency. You got the Halloween pocket one. Cute. Yeah, it was so cute. I saw that the Christmas Colouring Heaven special has been released now. I wasn't blown away by it at all. Which is a shame, because I thought the Halloween one was a really well curated special, as the Christmas one I didn't think was as strong. Like, the Halloween one wasn't my style personally. Oh, I think I missed a comment about Angie. I haven't had a chance to watch that. Does it replace the old ones? Talk about the colour cubes. Ah, you watched Sarah's new video on the colour cubes. Yes. Oh, well, I've talked about this and ranted about it a lot in streams recently about Sarah's colour cubes. And I watched her video today because I'm interested to see, like, her thoughts and process of making them and whatnot. And the changes she's made are great. Like, objectively, they are great changes. They are changes that needed to be made and should have been made a while ago. And she creates amazing products, really well thought out products. But the issue still stands, and she didn't even address this in the video, the issue still stands that if you have the old 2 cubes and you want to just get brand new palettes, that's not possible, because they've been reformatted in a way and redistributed across the 4 cubes, the original 2 cubes, so that if you buy just cubes 3 and 4, so the new ones, then you'd have just over 100 repeated colour palettes, which that's 20% of the product. And for me, that's not good enough. I think hearing the backlash on her Facebook group and actually thinking about it and like taking the time to respond to it and going, okay, clearly there's a demand for people who have the existing cubes, just want new colour palettes. Okay, let's just have an option. It doesn't come in a fancy box, because I do like that she's changed the box designs to make it easier to flip through. I love the tabs. I think those are great. I like that it's wooden. But it's the 100 repeated palettes, and she didn't mention that at all in the video. So from the video, it just seems like she's made these great updates, but you don't know that if you already had the product, and over 20,000 people have bought the colour cubes. Like, to put it in perspective, it's not just a few, it's not been out for a little while and, oh, okay, a few hundred people. It's 20,000, over 20,000 customers have these old cubes, and they are not cheap. They are not cheap by any means. And then if you want just new palettes, 500 new palettes, that's not possible. You've got to buy, well, you haven't got to buy. And that's her reasoning behind it, is that's fine, you don't have to buy it. That's not what we're saying. We want to buy new palettes. We love your palettes, they're great. But we just want new palettes. Why can't there be version 1, the older version, slightly cheaper, because she's trying to get rid of her stock, and I understand that's a problem too, slightly cheaper, and then 500 brand new colour palettes. They don't even need to come in a fancy box. Just have them loose. Loose in a cardboard box, whatever. Just 500 brand new palettes that aren't organised and categorised the way that they are in the version 2 of the colour cubes. That would be perfect. Then you are pleasing everyone. You are pleasing your new customers. You're pleasing your existing ones who would buy any product without question, which there are so many people that would do that. So many people who have the colour cubes already, as say, already buying all 4 of the new ones, and I think that's a bit crazy because it's a lot of money. But you have those people, and they want the whole thing, the whole collection. Whereas there's others who money is, well, not precious, but yeah, precious to us. The money is important. And the reason of you don't have to buy them, that's not a reason. I know I don't have to buy anything. I don't want to have to spend £60 on a product where 20% of that product is useless to me, is a waste, because I've already got it in a different form. And that's my view on her new colour cubes. And I kind of wanted to put a comment saying something like this, but I didn't know how to word it. And I just did not know. And it's like, it's all these things that she knows already, and yeah. And all the comments under the video from a quick scroll were very, very positive, of people saying, these look amazing, I'm buying them now, and blah, blah, blah. Right. I'm going to go back and read the comments, because I went on a side tangent, but there we go. When's a grab a sack? Does anyone want a Fry's Turkish Delight? Absolutely not, Zoe. You can keep that to yourself. I don't. I've had proper Turkish Delight, as in from Turkey, and that was lovely, but the chocolate Turkish, no. I'd love to read the comments under that video. Oh, she didn't mention that there's overlap in the video. Gross. Yeah, she didn't even. She said all the info is on the website, and this video has been in production for a while. She could have added a clip on the end to say, okay, I've had this backlash. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, but she hasn't. I've got the colouring cubes, but won't be getting the new ones. Yeah, she's just left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Like, I really enjoyed the video, and the changes she's made are brilliant. They really are. But there's so many different ways. She could just offer the new palettes. If you can show proof of purchase of the first set of cubes, you could get a 20% discount on the new set, just because you'd have 20% less of the product because you've already got it. There's a whole myriad of ways that she could sort of rectify the issue and please more people, because I appreciate also that it would take extra time, money, cost for her to create this version 1 of cubes 3 and 4. Hi Leisha, welcome, working and lurking. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. Piggy Pens is a good colour palette alternative video. Yes, I did see that pop up and I need to watch it. Wrote them an email and got a discount code on the new set. She hadn't long bought the old card set. Yeah, I'd seen on Facebook, Kaz, that Sarah was offering a discount. I think it was 20%, a discount code for anyone who had bought the cubes 3 months ago or less. And I don't care if you bought it 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago. You spent money on a product that is now in a way useless. Like, the old product's still useful, but it's buying the new ones. Some of that would be useless. So I think anyone who bought the old product should have this discount. And you shouldn't have to email and ask them about it. You may get some colour combination books. I really love colour combination books. Like, I've got, what's the little one? I have the practical colour combination books. This one. This is brilliant. I love how there's lots of colours in the palette. Means that, and you've got different breakdowns of them. Means that it's really usable on a busier page. But I find this so easy to flip through. So I do love that. I'll be using that a lot, and I'm going to be using these new Joanna Stone ones, which I really like. And I still use Google and Pinterest a lot, to be honest. And then when she made the announcement, some folks were really pissed because they just bought the old ones. Yeah. And you had so many people going, you shouldn't be horrible. And I'm like, I agree, you shouldn't be horrible to her. You shouldn't say that she's money hungry. She's not money hungry. She's a businesswoman. She wants to create an amazing product. She has done that. But listen to your people. To be fair, I think that I won't use my old ones much since I would have the new ones. She did. Yeah, she went at Crayola for the same thing though. That was another thing with her. Crayola kind of, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Why do you have all of these different sets of pens with the same names for colours? You've kind of just done that with the colour cubes. Just trying to pay it off, yeah. Hands Jess a treat size bag of Maltesers instead. I will take that off your hands very gladly, Zoe, thank you. Yeah, good suggestions, yeah. Have I ever tried baklava from Turkey? I haven't. I'm not sure if I'd be a fan of that. Because it's pistachio based, isn't it? And I'm not a big pistachio lover. That's crappy of her to be so dismissive of her existing customers and fan base, and I really like Sarah. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to email her to be like, these are my concerns. These are some suggestions. What do you have to say? I just, but also I don't know if I care that much, you know? Like, I'm happy to rant about it here and now with you guys, but it's like, I don't know if I can put it out there to everyone, like, That's what we call in America watching a president that does this. Deflection. Yeah, just don't address it. Yeah, because 5 colours is not enough for a page usually. Yeah, exactly. I find that I'm often having to bring in or combine multiple palettes. 100% agree, shouldn't matter when it was bought. The offer should be there for everyone. Not buying the new ones to support her when she's not acknowledging us as customers. Exactly. The fact that we've had concerns. I think a lot of people have been very kind and very sort of questioning and not attacking with their concerns. Like, I don't agree with attacking people. Like, no. Be kind about it. Just be like, I bought this. She sort of dismissed it at first, saying only a few palettes have repeated. I counted, it's over 100. I'd say a few would be less than 20, maybe less than 30 at a push. 100, that ain't a few. That is not a few. That is a substantial amount of 500 palettes in total. Make a video on the Sarah, this is a message to you, considering you do similar videos for brands. You are a brand. I'm calling you out like you call out other brands. I don't think I would make a video like that. I could talk about it in stream, but yeah. I don't know about that. I wouldn't comment because you're a recognisable name in the colour community, and I see how people pile on. You don't need that. Yeah, I mean, that thought didn't cross me. I actually thought the opposite. I was like, most of these people aren't even aware of the colouring community. It's more like artists that follow her, and they all think the product's amazing and awesome. And it's like, well, yeah, because she's giving it to you for free. Like, at the end of the day, she's giving it to you for free. Like with all the people that gave their comments in the video. I don't know. I don't like it when companies put people's like reviews or reactions in their own video when it's not a... You're only going to include the positives. You're only going to include why people love it and how amazing it is. let them make their actual reviews themselves and tag that instead, rather than inserting clips. It just seems a bit performative to me. I think Sarah should have announced the new cubes were coming sooner and let everyone know it was a revamp of the original cubes, plus new palettes included. Offer a smaller set of just the new ones. Yeah, we just wanted new palettes. And like, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I watched this video and I was really excited for her. I was like, yes, Sarah, these changes are great. Like, yes, it was really hard to get the palettes out of the cube, and she'd sort of made her own prototypes, and I was like, lovely. And I was kind of just waiting. I was like expecting her to comment on the reused palettes at the end of the video, because I agree the categories didn't make sense before. They weren't really categories. But also at the end of the day, the categories don't really mean anything. Like, if you're looking for a color palette, you don't necessarily look for the categories that she has. Like, they're very niche categories, like animals, food. Like, you're not looking at a colour palette because it's got food in it. You're looking because of the colours in it. You're looking at it for the vibes. It would be better if the categories were something like cosy, bright, muted, like pastel, or autumnal, summer, spring, winter. Kind of those categories would make more sense when you're looking for a colour cube palette. That would make more sense. I tease. Bought mine less than 3 months ago, but not planning on buying the new ones. Yeah, I don't plan on it either, just because it really has left a sour taste in my mouth. And maybe I will do a personal email to, I just genuinely, I don't know if I care that much. And it's really frustrating because I was so excited for these cubes and I would have bought them in a heartbeat. Like, it is expensive, but I could have justified it by the sort of monetization I get from the channel and been like, okay, it's a nice little treat for myself, my YouTube monetization. And now I don't want to. I just don't want to. Like, starting the video, I was very tempted because I was like, she's made some good changes. But now you're going to have loads of people trying to resell their old cubes because they're now redundant. And that's tricky. Like, it's annoying. Oh, did I miss a comment? Or recommendations on something? Super random, but what pencil sharpener do you recommend? I have a cheap one who's been eating / destroying most of my rose art pencils. I want to get a good one, but not sure. 100% recommend this. It's called, oh, I don't know if you can see it. Dial 133, there you go. It's a hand crank sharpener, and it's really, oh gosh, I'm getting pencil shavings everywhere. It's much gentler on your pencils, because when you've got a pencil sharpener like this, it's quite harsh, the kind of twisting of the pencil. It damages the core, and so you get lots of breakages. Whereas this, as you can see, it's a crank that goes around your pencil. So instead of the pencil moving, it's the sharpener itself, and it just kind of grinds it away. And ever since I got this, it is expensive for a sharpener, but it's not crazy. It was like £10–12, something like that. But ever since getting that, I very, very rarely have breakages. If I have a breakage, it's because I'm pressing too hard and I've sharpened it to a really fine point. You can also adjust it on the end here, so that turning it this way would have it more pointy, and that way would have it blunter. So absolutely 100% recommend the dial. I recommended it to my grandma and she bought it and said it's brilliant as well. And she isn't really into colouring, but she does it just for fun. But she was struggling with pencils breaking, and yeah, really, really like that one. Just at Sarah in this video. Sarah, I have something to watch. Watch from this moment to this moment. I think you've been very fair in sharing your opinion here. Yeah, I never want to sort of be a hateful person. And I always kind of appreciate what she's doing. And the changes she's made are great changes. I'm not disputing that. And if I was new to the colouring community and I saw these products, I'd be like much more tempted to buy the products than I was before, because the changes she's made are fab. If someone is selling theirs for less than $20, then I would consider it. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I was a little hesitant because I got the old ones, which I love. I don't like that I didn't have a good way to sort them. To me, it's worth buying the new ones. I can even adjust the tabs. And that's fair enough, Paulina. I wouldn't hate when people buy the new ones because it is a great product. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed. What's the brand of your oh, it's not electric, it's manual, but it's Dahle, D-A-H-L-E 133. Dahle 133. It's constructive criticism, exactly. Like, it's not criticism for the sake of criticism. Like, I've even given solutions, like even options. Not just gone, this is bad. I think it'd be silly to say that it's a bad product. Not the eraser. No, the eraser, not the sharpener. Ah, yeah, sorry, Derwent. And the only reason I got this was because it was on sale. It was like reduced to, on Amazon. It was on a discount for £6, and I was like, let's get that. It's been on my wish list for ages. And I tell you what, genuinely, I don't know how I survived 3 years of colouring without this, because I only just got it a few months ago, and I use it all the time. Like, it's so much better at erasing, like, say you coloured something the wrong colour, so much better for actually getting all of the colour off. Or like over this side, I've accidentally got a bit of green over here. It actually gets it away really well because it vibrates and rubs at the paper better than you ever could as a mere human. I'm reading on her sorry, voice cracked. I'm reading on her website, she says 400 faves from her old set and 600 new. So does that mean the new sets might not have any palettes for her old set? Elizabeth, if you look on the site and look at the FAQs, she does have a breakdown for what palettes are in each set. And it's something along the lines of, not accurate numbers, but something like in volume 1 there's 200 palettes from volume, no, something like 150 palettes from volume 1, 50 palettes from volume 2, and 100 new palettes. Then from volume 2 there's like 180 palettes from volume 2, 20 from volume 1, and 60 new palettes. I'm literally just making up numbers. I don't think those numbers even add up correctly. And then volume 3 has something like 200 new palettes and 50 from volumes 1 and 2. And then volume 4 has like 180 and then 30 from this volume, 40 from that one. Something along those lines. And the reason that the palettes have been spread across from volumes 1 and 2 is because she's recategorized them, which is fair enough, and removed 100 old cards for palettes either that she didn't like or that were quite repetitive. Because I agreed with one of my problems with the colour cube cards was that there were some that were very, very similar to each other, like just all blues, another one with all pinks, or some with blues and a couple of pinks that were very similar in shades. I remember you used it and mine was like, oh, don't think I get on board with that, and now you love it. Yeah, I Zoe's like, it does take some learning using the electric eraser because of how it moves. Like, you don't just kind of use it like an ordinary eraser. Like, you don't press, you just kind of hover it over the page. You don't press into the page because that's when it goes. But yeah, now I've got it. I use it all the time. Do you have any thoughts about the future digital version of palettes? That looks great, and from what I've heard, that is available to people who had the digital colour catalogue before. And if you buy the colour cubes, you get it included, which I think that's great, because I did find it frustrating how you spent all this money on the colour cubes, but if you wanted a better organisation and way to view them, you had to pay again for the colour catalogue, the digital version, which I did, because, and for me, it changed the game for me actually being able to use the product, like, and that was a decision I made. So I do think the new like website looks really cool, and the fact that you can download it and use it kind of offline, great, perfect. And I like how you can select multiple colours, because that was something that I really wanted from it before. Like, everything that I thought of that should be included with a digital version of the colour cube, she's kind of done, it seems. I don't like how to make sets you've got to pay. Like, I don't care that it's only $2 a month. Like, just make it all free for everyone. Like, because the features that are paid, I don't think are worth it. Like, if the whole thing was paid, then fair enough. But just like a couple of certain features, it's a bit annoying. You're working on your matchstick mouse today. You have to finish your buddy colour with me and Alice scavenger hunt pages. Nice. Yes, I just read that she's retiring 100 pallets from her old cubes. Yeah, and there's a specific breakdown of how many pallets are in each, or yeah, how many pallets from which cubes are in which ones. Random question: does anyone have a candle warmer? And if so, do you enjoy it and use it? I don't. I've never really heard of a candle warmer. What does it do? How does it work? My mum's the one that's into candles. I find fire scary. I don't like fire. I like a nice smelling candle, but I don't like fire. I don't have anything to do with it. I mean, a candle's not that crazy, but I try my best not to get involved with it. Alright, I'm going to colour this stool here. There we go. Right. I think I came up with the idea of using kind of a reddish brownish colour for the grates on this. I've got a electric wax melter, which I use and love. I have a mug warmer, and I read that some people also use it as a candle / wax warmer. Oh, let me have a sip of my drink. Done a lot of talking. My new reading and colouring journals are coming tomorrow, so we'll start designing and work out what I want to put in them. At the moment, I've got things all around my head of ideas of like spreads to include for my journal next year, and I just need to write down a proper list. Right, where's my little bit of paper with my swatches on it? It's around here somewhere. I had it right before the stream. Here it is. Right, I'm thinking caput mortuum. Maybe like India red, Venetian red. 2026 is the year of working in coloured books for me. Me too, Zoe. 2026, my big goal of the year is to have as close to 0% untouched books as possible. Because at the moment I'm sitting around 25%. I had the goal of getting to 10% by the end of the year. Don't think that's going to happen. But instead I'm going to roll that over to the first half of 2026. And then for the second half of 2026, try and get that to as close to 0% as possible. So when I buy new books, I try and colour in them before putting them away, sort of thing. And I also want to get a lot of title pages coloured in 2026. I've got an idea for a hashtag. Let's go Venetian red. I'm trying to use some colours that I don't use as often. Yeah, that's quite nice. I'm going to have project books and one page in every other book you own. Pretty much Kimberlin. There'll be like 10% of my books will be my project books, and then like 10% of books will have a good chunk done in, like more than 10 pages. Then maybe 20% will have like more than one, as in 2 or 3 done in, and then a good 70% will have just 1 page. And that's fine. That's fine, because then my goal for 2027 can be filling up those books and working within them. Yes, I've got an idea for a hashtag I think I will do for a year long, and I've got an idea for a challenge to do alongside it. The idea is 52 title pages in 2026, so doing 1 a week, because majority of title pages are really simple. The idea is to randomise those. I put them all on a wheel, all the books that I have with title pages on a wheel, and then randomise 4 or 5, depending on how many weeks there are in a month, and try and get those done. I think that'd be fun, and I don't think it would be too challenging. Right, I also want to find a blue combo, and I want it to be a kind of muted blue, so I'm thinking kind of these. Ooh, Nikki, you're getting a larger craft / colouring room as I'm moving house. Fun. That's nice. Oh, I need to go back. I'm toying with the idea of 2026 being the year of only colouring books that intimidate me. That's a fun idea. Or maybe not only, but instead change it to focus. Because then you're not limited by just all the intimidating books. You can just... Oh no! I just saw an RIP and I was like, who's died? It's Kimberlin's core! I get so distracted reading comments. Right. Oh yeah, intimidating books. Yeah, if you, Alicia, instead say focus on intimidating books, and then you can treat yourself. Like, you complete one intimidating page, treat yourself with a nice easy page or a less intimidating one. So try and split it up like that. Trying to get some project books finished, like our Matchstick Mouse Big Adventure one. Yeah, I've got Matchstick Mouse. What's the other one that's close to being finished? It's not 50 Woodland Miniatures. What's the other one? Pocket Fairy Tales. No, that's not close. There's another one. Lost and Found by R.J. Hampson. That I'll be hopefully finishing next year. It's electric, so you don't have to light the candle with fire, and it's a safer way to enjoy candles. Ooh, nice. How many new books do you buy now versus when you got into colouring? A lot more. A lot more. My first 6 months of colouring, I had 17 books. And since I buy 17 books. But I'm slowly down. I tend to only buy new books. But yeah, it's hard. It brings joy, so I don't care. You like the idea of my title page challenge? Yeah. I just had Lex. She went, yeah. I actually have all my untouched books out and sorted in my November and December pile. Perfect, Vera. I've got my 40 untouched books list to colour in by the end of the year, which is going well. Majority of the ones on that list now that I don't have coloured in yet are buddy colours, which means that I've got a lot of buddy colours for November. So Kimberlin dropped a pencil and I think the core is just shattered. No. Totally do title pages. A hashtag to follow would be great. Yeah, I think it would be a good one. It's also burnt umber. Why not a useless colour? Yeah, why not one of your long ones which you never use? That'd be That'd be something I'd be interested in. What are your favourite versus least favourite colours in a pencil set? Like, which pencils are the shortest compared to the longest? A very niche video idea, but it's fun to think about. My prismas frustrate me so bad with the cores, easily breakable. Yeah, I've had, I think, 2 prismas where it just keeps breaking. Even when you sharpen it, it breaks, and it's just, oh, so annoying. It's always a colour that you really like using as well. I actually just did a video on focus books in 2026, so that will not be all I colour lot. Yes, I just watched that Vera too, just before. Vera, you're stealing my hashtag. That's pretty much the exact hashtag that I came up with. Tackle the title pages. Oh, hi Rabia. No need to apologise for being late, don't you worry. Thanks for joining. Lovely to have you here with us. Do any of you have a swatch book from Colouring Bliss? Is it worth it? Should I just print out some and then put them in my new colouring planner? Yeah, I'd suggest printing them out. Just, I don't know. I swatch books, for me, I like making my own, as you can see. I like making my own. But if you'd like it to be in one place, is the fact that different pencil sets have different numbers of pencils. So some are 120, you've got 126, 150, 180. So it does make it tricky to have a swatch book where, because I like to view it all on one page if possible. Yeah. My problem is I'm a huge perfectionist, so I'm intimidated to colour in most of my books. Trying to just colour and be okay with my pages not looking perfect. As I often say, Leisha, not every page you colour can be your favourite. That's impossible. You just gotta enjoy what you're doing, learn from the process, be like, okay, I didn't like that, but I can learn from that for the next time, sort of thing. You're in for the title pages. We'll check the books that need that one coloured in and make a spinner for myself as well. Yeah, video will probably come up at some point in December. It's in my brain. It's in my brain to come out. Had a few people reach out for buddy colours. Nice. Good hashtag. Oh, you can replace it easily. That's good. Yeah. I bought a swatch book and literally never use it. The book is really cute though. Fair enough, Elizabeth. I had the same issue. I'm trying to learn to trust the process and not stress over the picture. I've just implemented that since a few days. Yes, that is the most important thing. And I find if you're stressing, you need to just take a break. Take a break. And move on to something else that you are feeling more inspired by. Ooh, you need to make wheels. Wheels are fun. Lexi's making some noise in the background now. Ooh, Angie's just had an Amazon delivery. Got some washi tape, Cozy Christmas, and Escape to Shakespeare's World. Nice, Angie. Hope you enjoy colouring in all of those and using your supplies. Glad to know I'm not the only one who struggles with perfectionism. Appreciate your encouragement. Leisha, I think it is a hard thing when you see pages on Instagram and you think, oh, these look amazing. Something you've got to remember about Instagram and videos as well is that everything looks so much smoother on a video because it's zoomed out, you're not right up close to it, than it does in real life. Like, I can see imperfections with this tree up here. You can't see it on the camera. If I hold it up, you might be able to see. It's a little bit streaky. It's a little bit streaky. But the camera has a way of smoothing things out. Smoothing things out better than your eye does, at least. So any imperfect blends you don't notice as much on camera. And that's hard to realise when you're scrolling through Instagram or watching videos. You're like, oh, it looks so smooth, and mine doesn't look that smooth. It probably doesn't, it looks just as good. Probably doesn't look quite the same in real life, sort of thing. Jess, thank you for always being understanding and a gorgeous soul. Thank you. I need your help. Where do I start in dark fairy tales? I don't know. Start with a page you would class as easy, something that you think, okay, I know the colours I want to do for this page. Lexi, pipe down. But she looks so cute. Start with a page where you're like, okay, I know I want her to have blonde hair. I want her to have light skin. I want her to be wearing a pink dress. Like, start with a page that looks like you can visualize in your brain. Maybe that's not so intimidating on the details. That'd be my suggestion. And browse through Instagram for inspiration. Be like, oh, I like how they coloured this, but I would change that. That's my recommendation. So what actually constitutes a title page? Because some books have 3 or 4 pages where there are images before the main images, and some have back images as well. Good question, Kimberlyn. Good question, Kimberlyn. So for me, I'm grabbing an RJ book. That's a title page. Any book belongs to page, I'd class as a title page. Any publishing info page would be in a title page. Basically, anything that's not a quote-unquote proper full colouring page would be a title page. So any book belongs to, publishing info, the literal title of the book. Say in Hannah Carlson's, like I'd count this as a title page, I'd count the little thing here as a title page, and the book belongs to as the title page. Yeah. So that would I mean, that's a title page is whatever you want to call a title page. But that's how I would be classing it as. And for example, some books like the Mythographics have a crazy title page, and that would take some time. But I would class that as one, and then you move into your main pages. But that is what I would say. But yeah, some books have 2 or 3 title pages, some books have 1, some books have none. Like this book doesn't really have any. The title page is the intro, which is all coloured in for you. Ooh, come on, come on. Stupid flap. Bye guys, have to head to Walmart now. Have a great weekend. You too, Jen. Thanks for joining us. You just got your Amazon delivery to Kaz, the Crystal Vogels Christmas book. I was drawing bats and spider webs onto my page now, and I lost count how many times I rubbed them out. Now they need to be good enough. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes you can get bogged down by those little details, and you're like, you know what? If I zoom out of the page, it really doesn't matter. And if someone came up and never had seen the page before, they'd be like, that looks great. We are harsh on ourselves. We're always harsh on ourselves. Just finished my colouring page. Time to start another one. Ooh, trying to pick your next one. Nice. Nikki's just ordered the super golden markers. They are amazing. I had quite a few people ask about those markers in my 50 Mythical Miniatures completed book flip through, because I did use them quite a lot. And they are literally called super golden markers. I've got one right here. You can see super golden markers. Guangna is the brand. Guangna. Don't know if I try to only browse Pinterest after I'm done with the page, otherwise I would be too discouraged seeing those amazing worms works people can do. Yeah, sometimes browsing it isn't good in the sense that, oh, now I can only see it coloured in this way and I want to do it in my own style. But sometimes it's great for, oh, what is going on with this detail right here on the page? Let's have a look at someone's coloured page. I find it useful for that. And just getting you started in the process. Like, if you're still new to colouring and new to picking out colours and colour palettes for a page, copy someone else's. As long as you give credit, it's absolutely fine. If you want to be extra fine about it, like, drop them a message and say, I love your page, I want to recreate it, is that alright? Everyone's going to say yes. Like, it's a colouring page you're doing in your own free time. You're not going to sell it. Like, that's when people have issues with copying. At least in my opinion. Yeah, Lexi agrees. Thank you so much, that really helps. I can't see how the image would look at the end, and thinking about colour palettes is a challenge for me. Often picking the colour palette is the hardest part of the page. And once you've picked out some pencils and just start going, I tend to pick out, if I'm really stuck on a page, I start with the things I know. Like on this page, I know the grass is going to be green, so I started with the grass. Then I was like, okay, the wood's going to be brown, so let's do the brown. Then I was like, now I need to make a colour decision. Let's pick a nice yellow. It's like on a Matchstick Mouse page I was doing today. Just started with the brown for the trees, because I knew the trees are going to be brown. Start with the things you know what they will be coloured as. Oh, Lexi, what are you doing? And then everything else will fall into place, because the more you look at a page, the more ideas you get. Oh, Lexi, what are you doing? She's playing with washi tape. Please, no. It's fine, it's not one that I care about. Right, start with the title pages as they're less detailed. That's a good idea. Late Amazon deliveries, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, it depends where you live. For me, Amazon deliveries tend to be between around 3-4 p.m-ish. But occasionally I'll get a late night one at like 6, 7, 8 p.m. I suppose it just depends on who's like doing the run. Trying to find a colour along tutorial on YouTube. Yep, another great idea. If you really like how someone coloured it, follow their colour along. Oh, there she is. Hello, Lexi. Hello. Hello. Light purple and pink looks great for clouds. Yes, basically any pastel colour looks good for cloud. Maybe not green, but you go for green clouds if you want to go. But pastel pink, purple, blue, yellow, like a peachy orange colour looks really good. Yeah, I often use those kind of colours. The other night I got a text that a driver was coming and I should turn on my porch light for them. I thought that was nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like knowing that it's a certain time, like light the way. Yeah. That's the reason I've started to follow tutorials and put my own spin on them. Exactly, yeah. Because I feel even just the process of you colouring them yourself, it's always going to turn out slightly different to the real person because you're not them. You're not a machine that's replicating exactly what they've coloured. You're always going to have slight differences, even if you follow the exact same tutorial as best you can, trying to copy as best you can. It's still not going to be exact. Exactly, Lexi. You got the book Watercolour with Me in the Forest. The pages are on watercolour paper and you paint into the book. Yeah, that book looks lovely. I've got the Woodland watercolour book by Claire Therese Gray. Yeah, and I love it. Wow, it's a lovely book. I haven't coloured in it nearly enough. I've done one page. Yeah. She's being noisy now. Lexi is an orange cat. She's a ginger. She's a ginger girl. Yep. Will you be getting Rita Berman's new book? Yes, it is on its way to me. I am hoping, I've got my fingers crossed, it'll arrive tomorrow. I was hoping it'd arrive today, but it hasn't. The delivery company have got the parcel, so usually it takes a day. I did have an email saying that it was delayed, but usually that's only by 24 hours, so hoping that it'll come tomorrow. If not, it'll probably be Monday after all. And then I've also got Mythographic Enchanted Relics on its way to me. Because I saw, I think someone did just a quick flip of it and I was like, I love the look of that. So I got it. Oh, need to plug my laptop on charge. Sorry if I disturb you, Lexi. Yeah. Here we go. Lexi wants a treat. Oh, Lexi knows when she gets treats, and it's when we get visitors into the house. And she goes downstairs, sits by her treats, and then she gets her treats. She just wants attention. She loves attention. She loves to talk. Ooh, so many kitty pages and enchanted relics. Can't wait. Oh. Yeah. We cannot wait for the kitty cats. I bought the Pokemon Colour by Number book and I'm so excited for it to get here. The backgrounds look gorgeous. Yes, Leisha, I've got that one. I just haven't had the time this month to do my colour by numbers. And I tend to colour in my colour by numbers when I'm feeling in a bit of a slump and I'm not in the mood for colouring. I can't get the inspiration to strike, and this month has been I've been having a lot of inspiration. So that means I haven't been doing colour by numbers. I tend to do them downstairs if I'm watching telly with my mum and dad, because they're easy to do on your lap. Lots of gold objects for you to colour, enchanted relics. Ooh, you know I like colouring metals and gold. I do. Yeah, it looked very similar in style. Yes, it's by the same artist, but very similar in style to Romantasy, and I really love that. I love the kind of almost simplistic look to it. Something a little bit different for a mythographic. It's not for everyone. I know lots of people it's just not for them, and I completely understand that, but I love it. Really love Veronica Kalinska's work. Did you order it from Amazon Germany? No, I got it from Blackwell's. It was available for just a few hours on Blackwell's, and then in fact someone brought it to my attention in my members group chat, so I snatched it up and then checked back. I got it that morning, checked back around midday, and it was sold out, and I think it still is. So just keep an eye on Blackwell's. It will come back in stock eventually, but it was a lot more expensive on Amazon Germany. Actually, no, it was available on Amazon UK, but it was more expensive and you had to pay for £4 for shipping. So I got it for Blackwell's, as it was cheaper and free shipping. But yeah, I'm sure it will come back on Blackwell's eventually. I'll DM you about a page on Ivy and the Incube Butterfly. I need your honest opinion. You can be brutal. Rabbit, you know I will never be brutal about someone's page. I will never be brutal. I don't have it in me. I'll always find a way to be like, that's lovely. Anyone here have the Green Witches colouring book? I have it on my wish list. Elizabeth Webb, are you in the UK? Because I do have it, but it's in my de-stash pile. There's 16 body colours. Did my hair kitty pages. I'm gonna check out flip through later. Yeah, I've seen quite a few flip throughs. If you're in the UK, I would totally post that to you, Elizabeth. Probably isn't worth it to post it. It's completely uncoloured. I mean, if anyone wants it, let me know. I need to do a video at some point with my books to de-stash because they've just been sitting there. I think I'm waiting to do another want to do an updated colouring book collection early next year. So it's like all my books that I've had that I got in 2025 or have in 2025, and have it as my 2025 collection, uploading late 25, early 26. So try and start filming at the end of this year. And I think instead of doing it by artist this time, I'm going to do it by my shelves. So they will be long videos. So like I've got two shelves for square books. I've got a shelf of hardbacks, A4 books, Asian books, Amazon print books, and Disney books. So it will be in about 6, 7, 8 parts ish. But I want to wait to the end of the year to film it, so then it's all the books that I've got in my collection from the beginning of 2026. Yeah, eventually I will do a destash video, yeah, but when I do my colouring book collection, I will have a really good look at all of my books and be like, okay, do I want to keep this? Do I not? I have already done that quite a lot this year. There's only one that I'm on the fence about, and it was one that I flipped through recently and decided actually I'll keep it. But I may change my mind. Yeah. Oh, hi Amy, and hello Belle Danny Designs. Thanks for joining. I've been well, thank you. Yeah. I'm planning on doing a 2025 roundup of my book purchases this year. I did a count, so far I bought 38. Oh gosh, I don't know how many I've bought this year. Ooh. Yep. Yep. My journal's going to be laid out a little bit differently next year, so I think I'll have just new purchases in the front of my journal. So what was the start of this year? Oceans to Stars, was that? Yeah, this was this year, that was this year. Okay. 194 was where... This is where my purchases for this year started, 194, going up to 282. That's not actually representative. So 282 minus 194. Oh my gosh. I've bought almost 100 books this year. That's insane. That's insane. By the end of the year, I will have bought 100 books. Over 100 books. That's crazy. That is crazy. But it's fun, and I love them all. I really do. Right, I think I want some other red bits, so I'm thinking this little bucket, this little box down here is that. Which format is my favourite? I tend to gravitate towards square ones. Yeah, I'd say square are my favourite, because let me grab my bookshelf app. I can tell you exactly which are my favourite, because they're the ones I've got the most in. Good thing about the bookshelf app is that I can have it on my iPad as well. Not iPad, this is my tablet, but also iPad. Multi-devices. Shelves. This isn't fully updated though. I've got some new books since then. Seems as though Amazon books are my preferred. Got 52 square, 44 Asian, 54 Amazon, 27 Disney, 17 hardbacks, 42 A4 books, and by A4, rough, not all of them are A4, but they're the kind of rectangular ones that aren't Amazon print. So I've got my Lomarts, Colouring Heavens are included with that. The ones by Page Street Publishing are in that, like Spooky and the Woodland Watercolour, Magical Woodland books. Any of those like MISC A4 books. And then I have small books. Oh yeah, small books. So those are like my Rita Berman's Escape 2 series. The Lulu Mayers are in there. It's not the best categorisation, but it works for my brain, so Square or Amazon print books are my preferred. And that's kind of because a lot of series that I get are from Amazon or are in a large square format, like Johanna Basford, Kirby Rosanes, Mythographics, Mel Plemeni, Kanoka Gusa, and Camilla de Erico, kind of that sort of stuff. And then with Amazon, you've got all your cute and cozy books, Morgan O'Brien, RJ Hampson, Camila Jakova, and those definitely add up. I had 39 starting my channel at the end of March. Now I have 86-ish. Oops. You go ahead, Vera. Like, I think we've all, a lot of people in the YouTube community where we started out, a lot of us have said, I don't want to get over 100. Over 100 would be too much. And then we get to 100 and then it goes out the window. I thought that. I remember Candice, she once said that she wanted to keep her collection to 100 books, and then it just goes out the window. Because you realise that the books, they're not all necessary. I'd love to complete all my books. I've just noticed a bit of wood here I've not coloured. You know that realistically not every book is going to get coloured in. But still, for me, for me to get a book, I would want to colour in the majority of it. So way over 50% of the book I would want to colour. Probably closer to more like 80% I would happily colour. I can't find my ivory pencil. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. Lexi, have you eaten it? No, she hasn't. Often the pencil is on my desk and I'm just being blind and I cannot see it, and then it's just there. I genuinely cannot find it. Oh, I zoomed in my thing. Reset. Oh, Beldani Designs. Your name is Sue. Sue. I'll have to remember that. Beldani is Sue. Thank you for letting me know, Sue. My kids are funny and decide they don't like kids' colouring books anymore. So all the ones I just de-stash I give to my kids. Fair enough. Is anyone else wondering how all those bunnies are going to fit in the tent when they go to sleep? Yeah, I was counting these. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 bunnies. Yeah, the maths ain't mathsing. The math ain't mathing. Considering 2 of them are in the tent right now, it's not going to work, is it? It's really bothering me that I can't find ivory. Oh well, oh well, I'll move on. I'll colour something else. I had the stream on while I might fall asleep. I had a rough day today. Ended up with fever and cold, and my baby had his vaccine. No worries, Raven. You take all the time you need. I'm working in my Mickey, Donald and Co right now. Nice. One big pile of bunnies. They're all just, they're like tessellating. It's like Tetris. Bunny Tetris. I'm still here lurking in line under my weighted blanket. No worries. Thing is, if you wait too long to buy a book, then sometimes they become unavailable. Better to purchase now to colour later than wait and not get a chance, in my opinion. And you know what, Amy? Sometimes you buy a book and you want to colour in it, you have all the best intentions of colouring in it, and you just don't get round to it, and that's okay. It's your line art library, as many of the colourists say. Books in my collection where, yes, I colour in them, but simply just having them and the ability to flip through them is enough for me. And some books I have because I got them when I first started colouring, and I don't feel drawn to colouring in anymore, but I would never get rid of them because it's got some of my early colouring in it, and it's nice to see the journey. Even though I'm not necessarily drawn to colouring in them, I don't know if I will colour in them again. I probably will eventually, but I don't feel the need, and maybe one day I will de-stash them, and that's okay as well. This has kind of been the year for me of looking at my collection and going, okay, am I realistically going to want to colour in this compared to the others, many that I have in my collection? If that answer is a no, I just destash it. Like, there were some uncoloured books that I had where I was like, I could force myself to colour a page, but that would just be this for the sake of getting a page coloured. I'd much rather it go to another home where they'd really appreciate it and actually colour in it. And I've always been personally just quite mindful about what I get and what I buy. I've never been one, or I never used to be one, that would just buy a new book because it's being released. I like to watch my flip throughs. I like to see if it would actually be something I'd want to get. Recently, I've been watching the start of flip throughs, getting about 3 or 4 pages in, going obsessed. That's getting bought. But even then, I'm still having a look and making my decision based off that, rather than just blindly buying a lot of things. I pre-order some books, but most books I pre-order, I've already seen sneak previews or an early flip through from someone else, so that I know that I'd actually want to get it, and then I'll put it on pre-order, and sometimes it's only like a week before or something like that. Jess, which book did you say was uncoloured and you would be happy to pass on? It's the Green Witches colouring book by Sarah Richard. Bunny math, just make more bunnies. That's kind of how they work, isn't it? I spotted a bit of grass that I haven't. There we go. Someone have to stay on watch? Yeah, some of them aren't allowed in the tent. They've just got to sleep outside. I have some books I don't plan on colouring, they're just for collecting. Fair enough. Hiya, Brittany. You had to clean up a couple of dark grey spots on the carpet in my middle bedroom. So it looks like they might have come from an unscented litter with charcoal in it. Oh no, that's annoying. Hopefully it comes out alright. I don't plan on colouring in The Wildergorn by Jamie Courtier. The book is huge, A3, and is just wonderful. Yeah. There's one book in particular that I don't know if I'd colour, or if I do, it would be one of the last books in my collection that I actually put some colour in, and that's the Disneyland Paris colouring book by Tracy D'Souza. It's one of the Hatchet Heroes ones, but it's a hardback, gorgeous colouring book, and it's extra special to me because I actually got it in Disneyland Paris, and it's just stunning. The pages are very detailed, very kind of geometric, which aren't necessarily my favourites to colour, but I love the book, and just having it as like an artist piece in my collection, that's absolutely fine by me. The 2 bunnies in the tent of the parents, especially that one hiding behind the sleeping bag. That's the mum getting on with everything, like, oh gosh, I'll take the plates out the basket and get things ready for tea. Dad is done. He's just driven the whole way here. He's tired. He doesn't want to do it anymore. Hiding. Lot came out with a wet paper towel, but not all. I saw Wildergorn was not available anymore. I would love to get that someday. Yeah. For me, is way too intimidating. Way too much going on for me. One of my regrets is, oh, what's her name? On Etsy. Karolina Kubikowska, her Circle of Nature colouring book. I kind of thought I'd never get one of these kind of artist premium books that you'd buy on Etsy for lots of money. I just thought, that's not my thing. That's not my style. And I've always loved her artwork, but wasn't sure if I'd colour in it. And now I've kind of become obsessed. And it was right at the point where I was like, okay. It's during summer, actually. She was on holiday. She'd put her shop, closed her shop for when she was on holiday. I was like, okay, when she comes back, I'm going to order it. I'm going to place an order. I'm going to get Circle of Nature. And then it was gone. And I was like, no. So I messaged her on Instagram and I was like, is this ever going to come back, or is it just gone now? And she said it might come back. So hopefully it does, but she's also working on a new book, so that's exciting. Right. I need another colour to put in somewhere. And I'm thinking, what do you guys think? I've got an idea, but what do you guys think? I realise I probably should have done one of these bigger objects in that other colour, but that's fine. Because I'm thinking of doing like yellow accents on the rug and on the sleeping bag here, but have those be the same colours. And then do all 3 colours on the bunting here. This picture gives me Peaceful Rabbit vibes. Can I have a look at that, please? Oh, sure thing. Try not to disturb Lexi whilst I'm at it. Oh, it's right at the bottom of my pile. There we go. I've even got a load of Amazon cardboard things. This is it. I will give a very, very quick flip through. This was a book that I kind of bought on impulse one day. And I found that if I just buy things on impulse, I don't end up colouring in them. So I try not to do that. Because I saw it on people's channels and I was like, I love it, I'm just going to buy it. And I still love it. But I just, realistically for me, oh, now I'm flipping through it, I'm like, it's gorgeous, isn't it? For me, I just couldn't see myself colouring in it. And I think I'd rather it go to a better home. Not a better home, but a different home that would appreciate it more. Pages are very white on camera. They are nicer white pages. It's very beautiful, very autumnal in my opinion. But yeah, that's that. One of the books in my de-stash pile. Ooh. There we go. If you love colouring plants, it's such a good book. Yeah, it is. And I think if you like witchy things, it's also a great book. Obviously, Green Witches. Yeah, nice lines to help with your shading. Yeah, I think ink tints and watercolour would work really well. It is stunning. Right, I think I'm going to get... Right, I want to do the water first, actually. Oh, is Lexi about to go? No? Oh, no, she settled back down. Right, onto nice dark blue. I'm going for muted primary colours, it seems. Or do I want to go for a dark green? So it's not primary colours. Nope. I'm going with my first thought. Dark indigo. Prussian blue, I think. Yep, I like that. And then I'm going to grab some colours out of the water as well. Thinking helio turquoise. Don't know about anything else. Maybe earth green. Oh, yep, there goes Lexi. I could feel her moving. I feel like I've spent a lot of this stream chatting, which is I have no problem with, and not much time colouring. And I thought, oh, it's got to be close to the end now. Just check the time, it's only 9 o'clock. Still got a good hour to get a bit done. I don't like that. Not particularly. Maybe if I put a light old cobalt turquoise in it. That works. Then the earth green just kind of mutes it a bit. I want that kind of like murky lake look. Actually, first I'm going to do these tree trunks because I keep staring over them and it bothers me that they're not coloured in. So I don't think I'll finish this in this stream, and that's absolutely fine. Thought I might be able to. think I'll get all the elements done and maybe just have the bunnies left and the background for next week. And then I could maybe do a quick alcohol marker page with you all once that's finished. Because I just remembered not included on my list of pages to do is the Spooky Cuties book. I haven't managed to get a page coloured in that, and I really do want to get that coloured in before the spooky season is up. It needs a blue to be the opposite of the tint on the colour wheel. Yeah, that's what I thought, but not exactly what I thought. I was like, blue would look good in contrast with the yellow, and I wanted this kind of brownish red. And then I was like, oh, hang on, it's primary colours. I kind of hate primary colours as a colour scheme, although I also kind of love it. I like primary colours as a colour scheme when it's slightly shifted from the bright saturated. Like I like a pink, yellow, blue. I like this dark primary colour scheme, but not the rest. But not like the bright. All the bunnies are snuggling about, yeah. You can have some in the log, some on this little bench. The Wildergorn adult colouring book is available again for sale on the main website and on Etsy as well. Oh, it's good to know. They work for this page because it's by the water. I'm not getting this mandala page finished tonight. That's okay, Angie. I do get in the sort of zone where I'm like, right, I am not going to bed until I finish this page. I kind of won't let myself. I did that last night with the Pegasus double page spread from Mythomorphia. I finished that. I was like, right, this evening, this page is getting finished. And it did. Because I find when I get a bit overwhelmed with the amount of pages I have to do, I just need to break it down and go, okay, today I want to focus on this, this, and this, or this and this. Like just a few pages every day, or say I want to complete this, complete that, work on this, and start that kind of thing. And I was kind of like doing it, breaking down by days, and I realised that actually I've got quite a few days still left of the month. It's a week, but it's a week, so I can colour a lot of pages in a week. And often the last week of the month tends to be my most intense because I've started a lot of pages and I'm just finishing them up. Walking the dog, so good night all. Keep safe and happy colouring. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining us, Kaz. Have a good night and enjoy your walk. That was me earlier this week, and then I had to get up at 5:30 AM. Yeah, luckily I tend to only do that. I only do like, okay, I'm not going to bed until I finish this page if I don't have to get up for work the next day, because I am realistic. Like for work, I try to at least start getting ready for bed at around 10ish, and no later before, like try and get to bed before 11. Will I be a yellow I can't speak. Will I be a yellow bumblebee next? Yes, you are. It doesn't look it on screen. It actually looks quite yellow, but it will be yellow. And that's once you've been a member for 1 year. So it starts with blue, then after 1 month it goes to purple, then after 3 months it goes to pink, 6 months it goes to orange, and then 1 year it goes to yellow, I believe. I might be wrong though. That's the other thing. My Sargon, second Sargon page for the month. I'm hopeful I might get it done at some point next week, but I'm realistically, I'm not that hopeful. Because I've been saying for months I want to start getting a double page spread done a month, and it just keeps not happening. Like, I fall ill, I get in a bit of a slump, yeah. But I also don't know if I need to just ask the members, really. I've been thinking about doing the first page, like one half of the double page, as the normal colour along, and then the second do it as a live. Because I think I could realistically get it done in a live. Especially if I've already done the first page, I've got all the colour palettes set out, you guys know the colours, then I can talk you through, chat live. I just need to put it out, ask it in the group / on the members community tab, get a feel for what people want. So if you don't want it, I won't do it, I won't bother. But I do think it would maybe like reduce the pressure for me a little bit, knowing that, okay, I just have to do a live. Here's a question, could you do both pages in one day and then just put them out as 2 separate videos? I could, but I don't think I would. It's rare for me to even finish the page in one day. Quite often I need to take a break and I need to put it down for a little while. And it takes me not even 2 days, it can take me a week to get back to the book because I lose momentum with it. So to get 2 in one day, also after filming for that long, I'm done. I don't want to film anymore. Like, they don't take me too long, to be honest, of like actually filming and the raw footage. But yeah, it's a fair idea, Kimberlyn, but no. Especially if I'm doing it whilst like chatty style, like I like to do. And I think you all prefer. If it was just colouring silent, then I could film 2 at once. But as I chat during it, I just run out of things to say. I'm like, okay, I've spoken about my week, I've spoken about this. And I just go a bit silent. I know I'm gutted, I just got home and missed so much. Oh, sorry falling for you. I've been doing a lot of chatting, a lot of rambling, but we have got a fair amount done on the page. I'm quite pleased with how it's going. Don't think I will finish it tonight. I'm gonna get, I think, majority of the details done. And then do the bunnies, the background on Wednesday next week. Which might take a while, might not. I'll see if I can try and find a couple of colour combinations, like a black combo, a brown combo, a white combo for some of these bunnies to make it a bit quicker and easier next week. I think we could get through the book faster that way if you do one as a live. You do you, I just want to support. Yeah, and I think that's the case for the majority of people in memberships. Like, you do what works for you and I'm just here. I think one is a recorded video and one is a live makes sense. Yeah. And then if, say, it's a good opportunity for people to join in and colour theirs at the same time if they want. I mean, there's obviously no obligation for that, but... And for me, it just reduces that pressure of having to sit down, carve out that time for the recording and then also the editing. And it's just picking a day, probably a weekend afternoon, like 3 till 6. But again, I'll put it out to the members. That's what I would do, colour along with you. Yeah, that's what I tend to do. I've still got it in my plans to catch up with Vera's members only live. I want to catch up with it and colour the spooky Adventures of Witch Cat page. So I do colour along with you. It'll give us a chance to ask a question too. Yeah, and if, say I'm like, what colour do I do this? Instead of me just saying it to camera and then coming up with a decision 2 seconds later, I can ask you and actually get your direct feedback. And then if people can't make the live, then it's almost like a colour along anyway if you watch it replay. Just with a couple of side tangents. Oh yeah, I already got a prop ready for my members for November. Yay! Yeah, I was really sad because I was like, yes, I can make the live. It's on a day that I don't work. And then I was meeting up with a friend and I was like, no. I mean, it was lovely meeting up with my friend, but I was like, no, Vera's live. I've been meaning to catch up with it and I just haven't found the time. No. It's only a couple of hours and with the spooky page, I do believe I can get it done fairly quickly. Maybe not in a couple of hours, 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. It would be great to get a page coloured in that because that would mean it's not untouched anymore. I just noticed we got a bit of the tent here, just like that. Well, you're way faster than me. When I'm watching the recorded one, I have to pause to catch up. But faster, and also I do speed it up. Like, I do it where I colour a section and I'll speed it up because, again, I've got nothing to talk about and I'd rather speed it up and whatnot, just to let it go a bit quicker. But yeah, that's how I think everyone follows colour alongs like that, because you spend a while looking at it being like, okay, pencil colours, got the pencil colours, okay, where are they putting the shading, put my shading there, and you're going back and forth checking. It does definitely take longer if you're following, because it's not just coming out of your brain, you're trying to follow along. Or not, you do your own thing. I like seeing when people do their own thing. Don't worry, life happens to all of us. Yeah, exactly. And when I first started the memberships, I was like, it's going to be at least 1 video a month. And I have stuck to that, and I'm really happy that I've stuck to that. I'm just looking at it going, it's going to take us forever if I only do 1 a month. Spooky page is pretty quick, depends on what you're going to do with the cat in. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I was thinking Polychromos for that book, because with my other book I'm using a very limited set of Black Widows, and I'm thinking for this book to just use whatever I feel like. Mixed media almost. I mean, I've used a bit of ink tents in the other book as well. But I might use ink tents, Albert Durers, Polychromos. I don't plan on doing a background for that page, which that'll make it quicker. And as well, it's just a cat and a dragon. Quite simple. I'll show you the page if you're like sat here going, what's she on about? Sorry for my squeaky chair. Here it is. Yeah. Oh, am I supposed to colour it like you? Are you saying it needs to be a ginger cat? No, it's going to be a black cat, just because I like the look of the black cat. I might give her green eyes like she's got on the cover here. That'd be fun. Right, come on then. Come on then. Come sit down again, because she's back. And I don't know if in this one I want to go for a purple hat again, like I did in the first one, or if I want to do something different. But yeah, I do want to get my first page, because the page they picked for September, I just, it was not the page for me. I had zero inspiration for it, so I was like, I'm not going to do that. This one, it's very confusing to me. I struggle when there's not a distinct kind of like foreground, background, kind of surrealist almost. Like she's jumping through a portal. Like, I mean, people have done an amazing job with it, and that will help me colour it eventually. But yeah, and I do want to get title pages done at some point. Lots of fun little bits and bobs. Yeah, I'm already looking forward to what the next page is. Don't know if I'll get it done for October, but I'll just dip in and out when I can. No, it's a bit of coloured red, it's meant to be yellow. That'll do. Okie dokie. As one of my favourite vlogtubers says, life's too short, make the most of it. Exactly. Exactly. And something I believe is with people on YouTube, with certain people on YouTube, is life's too short to waste your time sending hateful comments. Life's too short to spread hate. If you don't like something, click off and move on with your life. Like, you think I'm not aware that I've got a lot of colouring books? I'm perfectly aware. I'm not oblivious to that fact. You don't need to comment on it and mock me for it. That's fine. Move on with your life. The only part of that page I've done is the realistic part of the portal. Yeah, that one, that is the bit that I like the best. If you're going to have additional pencil colours for the second page, it might be helpful to put those in the group in advance. So we can have our pencils gathered, especially if we have to convert. Yes, yes, good idea, Kimberlyn. Yeah, majority of pages I tend to not, but that's a great idea, and I can certainly give a list, or even schedule a live, put the list of pencils like I do for my videos and do it that way. That's a good idea from me that I just came up with, thanks to you. Yeah. Amy, if you go back to earlier in the stream, you will hear my thoughts on Sarah Renee Clark's colour cubes. I can't remember at what point, but I want to say it was probably about half an hour in. I go on quite the rant and rave about it. Yeah. The front cover of that spooky colouring book has the cat black. Yeah. I couldn't grapple with the dark cat on this dark space background with plants, but also jellyfish. Yeah, the jellyfish threw me. And just the kind of zaniness of it. We did have a nice rant about it, we did. So if you want to hear my thoughts, please feel free to go back at the end. I don't have the energy to go over it again. I'll check later. I have no comments about the actual cube. It's the website I'm interested in. Oh yeah, I did briefly speak on that. And I do like the look of the website. I think that's great. I just don't quite get why almost all of the website is free. And then just some of it... Also, is it going to be free to use for everyone, or is it just free if you've bought the colour cubes? I don't know. That's kind of confusing to me. But I like how... I don't understand why some bits are free and then there's just like a couple of features that seem pretty minimal. Oh, my mum's... Hello, Mum. You are here. Have you just arrived? As my parents have gone away. You just arrived at the hotel. How was your journey, Mum? Lexi has been making a couple of appearances. In fact... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't usually pan around my room, but I've got to show you this. I've got to show you this. I've got to take my phone out. And just show you where Lexi is. She's in my cube. Lex! She's in my cube playing with some bubble wrap. Chilling with my colouring books. You silly girl. She's never sat in there before. Oh, your journey was crap. Well, that's nice. Oh dear. Did you have the rush hours? Rush hour traffic. She's a cute. She's making a little nest. I could hear her playing with bubble wrap, but then I turned around and I was like, oh my gosh, she's in the shelf. She has never sat in there before, but today's today. Yeah, I expected more of it to be locked behind the sub, but I guess we'll find out more when it's actually live. Yeah, I don't quite understand why she's delayed the release. Like, why... Not delayed the release, but why it's not releasing at the same time. You'd think if you've updated this product, you'd have it all ready to go at the same time. But oh well. She's missing you. Not really. Only 3 road closures. Oh my god. Oh dear. Something's in the air. Well, it's like a box, and they love boxes. They do. Yeah. Lex, is that nice down there? Yeah. Chilling next to one of my sets of pencils. It's the cat's old saying of, if I fits, I sits. Exactly. Oh, she's come back out now. And one was the M4. Yeah, someone... What were we... Oh, it was when I was chatting with Zoe earlier. They were watching the news, and the M4 was closed between Bath and Bristol. She was like, oh, is that going to affect Jess? And I was like, no, I'm on the M4 for one junction. And it's not between Bath and Bristol. Yeah, there you go. M4 bridge repair. Don't even know where they've gone, so... I see the name of the place on a calendar, but it doesn't mean much to me. No, this was at Hungerford. Ah. Some incident must have happened then, do you reckon? Hello, Lex. Hello. 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 That's how my Yorkie is. He's a cutie and mid-size for a Yorkie, but he does like to get himself into small places. Ah. Right, Angie, don't say that. Parents allowed to go with a dirty week. I don't wanna hear that. No. Yeah. Loads more done. Evening all. Hello, Joe. Welcome, welcome. We were talking about your colour palettes video earlier and how it was a good one to watch. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my watch list. Thank you, Angie. Shout out, Mum. Right, trying to think about where to put the colours now. I think I'll do some of this bunting. Yeah. Okay, I'm understandably nervous though. I can't not say what I got to say. Yeah, I was having a bit of a rant about the colour cubes earlier, so I'm sure you speak about it in your video, and I'm looking forward to watching it because it's always interesting to see how other people find colour palettes. I mean, even before the discourse and whatnot, people would sometimes say to me like, oh, what do you recommend the colour cubes? And I'm like, if you're first starting out with colouring, do not get the colour cubes because they are hella expensive and you don't know if you would even use colour palettes. So use Pinterest, Google. That's what I did for like 2 years before I got the colour cubes. They're most definitely a treat. What goes on in the Premier Inn stays in the Premier Inn. Oh dear. Yeah. Where's my brown ochre? Don't tell me I've lost that one as well. Nope, it's here. Do you know if the colour codes are the same in all the Disney Coloriage books? The same colours in all the tool books? Sue, it's... yeah. It's different colour palettes for the different pages. Like, there's not a consistent colour palette. But they use the same numbers and lettering and symbols system in all of the books, if that makes sense. But it's not like one of those colour by numbers that has a set colour palette and you use them throughout all of them. It is different. Like, you'll have some pages which are darker tones of colours, some which are more pastel, some which are more muted. Yeah. I use acrylic markers and I do not know what colour to use for number 9. Oh, which book is it? 'Cause someone might have the book and that would help. Love a Premier Inn breakfast? Yes. I know Mum and Dad love a Premier Inn breakfast. Dad loves a free tea. That's all he cares about. It's the joy of getting up in the morning and just reaching, turning the kettle on. Something that you could just do in your own house, but you don't. You don't have a kettle in your room, but you do on holiday. Fry up nice pastries, what's not to love? Exactly. Well, the 9s are different colours in this book after looking. Yeah. It would only be if someone... It would only be helpful if it was the same... if someone had the same book and they could look at that and look at the specific page, because, yeah, the numbers are not the same across... The numbers they use for the colour palettes are just for that page. Like, a blue could be number 2 on one page, and on the next page it could be number 17. Love how you call it going on holiday. Seems nicer than saying going on a vacation. It's just what we call it, holiday. Right. I don't know, it never even crossed my mind to call it a vacation, to be honest. It's just a very American word to me. On the hour, every hour. You've just DM'd me. Yeah, Zoe, that's fine, don't worry. Right. That's a little bunting done. I sometimes make my mum tea and she forgets to drink it. Sometimes my mum makes tea and she forgets to drink it. Calling her out. Right, next part. This bag is throwing me off. I'm like, I've kind of put myself into a colouring corner here where the rug is blue, so I don't want it to be blue. That's red, so I don't want it to be red. That's yellow, so now I'm like, what? There's no colours left. There's no other colours left, so I'm going to do this box instead. Anyway, you crazy lot, it's time for bed. Night, Mum. Hope you sleep better than your journey was. What's the time? Oh, 20 to 10. You're going to bed early. We did that the other week. Mum and Dad went to bed really early. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. Check the time. I was like, it's not even 10. Like, what's going on? Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Leandri, no. No. I finally put my work laptop away for the weekend. Woo! Time to veg. Time to. I'm trying to work out what autocorrect has put that as. Time to veg. Time to chill. Time to relax. I don't know what veg is meant to actually be. Vegetate. I was like, I mean, maybe time for some veg. You know, put your work laptop away, have a carrot. Time to vegetate. Makes more sense. Vera got it in. She struggles with English. Although your English is so good and you're always so hard on yourselves in videos on your stream. I wish I could veg. I do not want to go to this football game tonight. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do those things. Where I live, there's a playing field right behind me. I say me, right behind our house. And often on the weekends, you've got the kids playing football. And you hear them playing outside, and then you hear the rain start to fall on yourself. Oh, kids are getting soggy. Poor kids. But they don't care. All the parents around the sides going, oh. Yeah, it basically means plant yourself like a vegetable and do nothing. Ah, slowly morph into a potato with the couch variety. I see. It's just me not knowing the slang. So it's a me problem. I was like, time to veg. I was like, time to eat some veg. I would say it's been a long day. It hasn't. I just get confused. I'm leveling up with English. What to now? I want to do this little brown bag. Get my brown ochre. And I would get my ivory, but I still can't find it. Maybe this brown could be bag. Like a leather looking bag, and that would solve my colour problem. It's his last game. He's graduating in May, so this will be his last high school football game ever. So yeah, you got to be there for that. And then you can also think, I now have to go to one of these again. You speak better England than some of us Brits. Case in point, and some would argue Scots don't speak English at all. Or I always think of it's an interview, I think it's on the Jonathan Ross show, and it's got, what is his name? Super. Is he Scottish? Yeah, he is Scottish. Is he? But they've got John Krasinski on there going, my English is pretty good. And then, what is his name? But he says the line, oh, that's the home of Brit the Hitman Hut. And everyone's just like, what did he just say? It was way too Scottish. I'm pretty sure it was Scottish. Yeah, that was Scottish. I was just like, is he actually just Northern and I'm confusing? I don't know if anyone understands even what I'm referencing to, but I see that clip all the time and it always makes me laugh. Yes, but basketball season starts in a couple of weeks. At least that's inside, and games are shorter. Yeah. So is that the Netherlands, I think? Yes, Netherlands is Dutch. Also called Holland, but it's not actually the country of Holland. It's just a place in the Netherlands is called Holland. And then you have the issue of some Dutch people saying, I come from Holland, and then people trying to correct them saying, no, Holland isn't a real place, it's called the Netherlands. Yes, I know that, but I'm actually from Holland. I've seen this happen on the internet. Okay, you've seen the clip, you get me. I'm not just that's the home of Brit the Hitman Hut. And they're just like, what did he say? I don't get it. It's just a fact. It's home of Brit the Hitman Hut. And they were like, oh. And not to be confused with Holland, Michigan. OMG, people actually do that. There is no place in the Netherlands called Holland. There is a place in America called Holland, but the Netherlands is also called Holland. I thought, isn't it? I thought there was an area within the Netherlands called Holland. Or am I wrong? Because I feel like I've seen this conversation happen between people, but I could be wrong. But all I know is that I think it used to be more widely known that we'd call it Holland, but that's not the name for it. It's the Netherlands. We have provinces, and some have Holland in them. Zuid-Holland is the Rotterdam area. Ah, right. It's a region in the Netherlands. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, I was right with that then. Right, 12 provinces. Nice. I remember when I was a kid, one of my classmates moved to Holland, but I knew nothing of geography back there, and still don't. I mean, it does make it tricky when you have countries deciding to just change their names. Turkey, I'm looking at you. Turkey. I kind of refuse to call them that because the only reason they changed their name was to not get confused with Turkey. And I'm like, I think it's cool that you've got Turkey and you've got Turkey. Why are you suddenly deciding to change it now? And then, what's another one? Czechia used to be the Czech Republic, I think. We have a Holland and a Zealand in Michigan, and everyone there is 6'7" tall. Oh. Yeah, Czech Republic is another one. There you go. Which is now Czechia. Other countries. Oh, there's some African countries which have changed their names, and I cannot think of what they are and what they've changed to. I remember that there was a couple from Glasgow and they bought tickets to fly to Florida for cheap, thinking it was from Glasgow International Airport. They didn't realise it was from Glasgow, USA. Oh my gosh, there's a Glasgow, USA that also has an airport? Like, that's insane. But there's so many places in the US that share names with places in the UK and other places in Europe. I mean, the Netherlands did a lot of discovery in America, didn't they? As well as the Spain, as well as Spain. Spain did a lot of discovery in the UK. Just kind of named places after back home because I couldn't think of anything else. Be creative. Right, question time. Question time. What are these? I'm gonna hold this up. What are these that they are cooking, chopping, putting on skewers? What is that? Anybody know what they are? They're kind of... I thought pineapple, but I'm like, why are they just skewering pineapple? Why would you skewer pineapple and not have cheese? Because I love cheese and pineapple on a stick. But it does look like pineapple. Dumplings. Carrots. Just eat a carrot. But it's like they're chopping it up here. So it's like, it could be pineapple. Maybe it is maybe I just colour it like pineapple. I mean, yellow fits with my colour scheme. Lots of people say pineapple. Pork and pineapple. Ooh, that's a shout. That's a shout. Ooh, back in the camera. Come on, refocus. Thank you. Let's go with pineapple. I'm going to take the lighter of the two shades and just use that pencil. It is now pineapple. Maybe it's ham and pineapple without the ham because they're bunnies. They're vegetarians. But then they could have cheese and pineapple on a stick. For me, when I was younger and would go to parties, it was not a party if there was no cheese and pineapple on a stick. That's all I wanted. And if and when I have kids, you betcha there's going to be cheese and pineapple on sticks at a party. And it's got to be on sticks. I don't want a bowl of cheese and a bowl of pineapple. I want a cheese and pineapple on a stick. It's just, I loved it. It was so silly. And I think even looking back as an adult, I love the idea of it even more because I never have it as an adult. But whenever we have a party, I'm like, where's the cheese and pineapple on a stick? Gotta have a cheese and pineapple hedgehog. Cheese and pineapple and cheese and pickled onion. Ooh, cheese and pickled onion, that's really nice. I've never had cheese and pickled onion on a stick, but I would do that. Quite often when I have a sandwich, I'll have some cheese on the side and some pickled onions on the side, and that's nice. Never heard of cheese and pineapple on a stick. I think it's quite British. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's the classic... Oh, I need to show you a picture. It's literally just a chunk of cheese and a chunk of pineapple on a stick. And it's the classic party food. You have cheese and pineapple on a stick, maybe some cocktail sausages. What's another classic? Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. I like how there's a recipe for it online because that feels right. How to make cheese and pineapple on a stick. Here's a video. Super easy recipe. Usually just cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese. And pineapple on a stick. And you can put them in a bit of tin foil and make it into a cheese and pineapple hedgehog. Oh look. Something for Eurovision. It's just cheese and pineapple on a stick. This is too much. No, we don't need the cherry or whatever that is on top. Just give me cheese, give me pineapple on a stick. And look, you can make it into a hedgehog. It's so cute. Party rings, yes, absolutely. Party rings and jelly and ice cream for parties. Any kind of nondescript crisp, like maybe salt and vinegar twirls or cheese balls. Whatsits, kind of classics. Fortunately, I became allergic to dairy back in 2018 because most of my ears reacted badly to foods with milk. Get some goat's cheese and pineapple on a stick. I'm going to do it. Sounds yummy. It is great. Fairy cakes. Yes. Fairy cakes. Classic. I'm trying to think of what else would there be at a party. It's been so long since I've been to a kid's party, which is not a bad thing. Bacon rashers, crisps, yeah. Basically anything you get from like a store brand in the big bags that have a bit of flavour but not much. Like your little, the party mix as well as another one. Mini pizzas, yes. Something about cheap tasting mini pizzas. Just delicious. Jelly and ice cream also a must. Sorry I'm late, but it's Friday night. Surely we're in for a late night colouring party. We would be, Amanda. Oh, and this would have been the perfect night for it. But I'm working in the morning, so alas, not. Where's my brown ochre? Here it is. I'm going to do all these cups. My goal for the night is to get all the bits done. And then the bunnies and the background is going to be on Wednesday next week. Basically finger food, low prep, easy to clean up, equals perfect for kids, yeah. Oh, you can't have goat's milk either. Oh dear. Vegan cheese. Just vegan cheese. Just eat the pineapple. Well, I'm on my own then, trying to catch up with pages, lol. Yeah, I'm also trying to catch up with pages. I'll still be here for a bit. It's only just about 10 o'clock now. I think I want all my cups to be yellow. Because if you go camping, why wouldn't you match your cups to your tent? With an American to continue on a stream train. Yes. Any takers? I mean, I won't really be there, but I'm there in spirit. Pass the baton on to. What colour did I use for the water? I used, here it is, helio turquoise, light cobalt turquoise, and then I muted it down with earth green. So that's giving it that kind of muted, murky look. And then I used a bit of white to blend on top. Chips, salsa, queso, guacamole are go-tos for a party for me. Those are more go-tos for like a party now as an adult, not for kids' party. Kids' party is very specific kind of food, mainly beige, a little bit yellow, maybe a pop of red with some jelly and the party rings, but that's it. Just when you stumble over your words, it always makes me giggle because I do the same thing. Never edit that out your future videos because I love it. I'm glad someone likes it because I'm never editing that out because that would involve me having to actually listen to my whole video. I don't like having to do that. I just clip between like taking a book off screen, putting it on screen. But yeah, I will never edit out my word fumbles because that is me. This is me speaking normally and in real life. I'm constantly stumbling over my words. Especially when I'm reading words. Like, I think I start reading too much. Like, I read a word underneath and then I kind of start mixing words up, or I read the next word before I've said the previous word and then I kind of combine them. And I just kind of need to do a little blah, 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 restart, say it again, and then I get there. Ooh, who do you want to see as the new Strictly presenters? Angie, I have no idea. Absolutely no clue. You don't want to see me for a colouring live. I'm not good enough for that yet. Honestly, Kimberlyn, for ages I thought I couldn't colour and talk at the same time. Turns out I can colour and talk quite easily. Reading and colouring I can't do because that's impossible if you want to actually colour within the lines. But talking and colouring, I found it hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be. I thought I'd get really distracted. It's definitely gotten easier as I've done it more and more. But we're mainly here for the vibes. We don't care what you're colouring. We're here for the vibes. Yeah, going back to Strictly presenters. Strictly Come Dancing, the dance show in the UK. Dancing with the Stars is the American equivalent. The two presenters, Claudia and Tess, have just announced this week that they are leaving at the end of this series, and there's going to be a big talk in all the news and all the media. Who's going to replace them? I have no clue. My only guess is that it's not going to be a professional that was on the show previously. I don't think they're going to do that. And my guess is that there will be one ex-contestant, like ex-celebrity on it, and then one completely new to Strictly person. That's my, like, it's not really a guess, but that's my guess. Like, it's really hard because there's no one I can really be like, oh yeah, I can definitely see them doing that. I mean, you suggest names and it's all just theories at the moment. I think it's too hard to predict. These days we do cut up finger salad as well to pretend as healthiness. Cucumber slices, pepper, etc. Yeah, like you'd have with a picky tea, Amy. Oh, we had a picky tea last weekend. And if you don't know, if you're not from the UK, a picky tea is just like a load of snacks. Kind of a load of snacks. Like party food. Little cuts up bits of veg. Like carrots, cucumber, peppers, bit of tomato. And for what we had camembert, bit of cheese, some bread, part-baked bread, and then we had some like halloumi sticks and chicken, breaded chicken, jalapeno poppers. I didn't have the jalapeno poppers, but my parents did. Yeah, that's a picky tea. A picky tea is just picky bits, little random bits, mainly beige. Right, bed calling. Take care, everyone. Have a good night and good night's sleep. Let me know your setup, Jess. I can try doing a live sometime. I'd be so embarrassed to begin with, but maybe I could do it. The first one is the hardest by far, and I'm sure Zoe can relate to that and Vera can relate to that. But as soon as I started, I became obsessed. As you can tell, I've carried on. And yeah, I just love it. Yeah, it is really scary putting yourself out there and alive because, yeah, you're live. Especially if you're new or not used to YouTube or anything like that. It is scary, but it is so much fun. Like that interactivity that you get. Finished your page, gonna send it to the buddy group and call it a night. Okay, Vera, thank you so much for joining. Hope you have a good night's sleep. I'd like to see Jo as be a presenter. I could see that happening. I think Zoe said today, oh, Jo and Diane. And I was like, I think that'd be too much. I don't think they're quite on the level of, say, Marvin and Rochelle Humes, the power couple hosting act. I don't think they're there yet. I mean, I know they're having a baby together, but yeah, I just don't think a pro should be a presenter. Not for the main show anyway. It works on It Takes Two, the side show. But on the main show, you need someone who relates to the celebrities and has no idea about dance and can just say, you were brilliant, you did amazing, don't listen to the judges. You don't want someone going, I can see your technique. Like, Party snacks equals girl dinner. I love party food. Camembert, I love camembert. Yeah, I love a picky tea, love party food. When it gets to Christmas time, I'm like, right, we got a plan. One night we got to have party food. Often it's New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Christmas Eve, maybe Boxing Day. I'm like, Mum, when is it going to happen? When are we having the party food? And if it gets to past Christmas, I'm like, right, New Year's, we have to plan for the party food. For some reason, I thought we were talking about a judge, even though I read presenter. I do the same, Amanda. I'll read a word, I will fully comprehend the word, but in my mind, I'll be thinking of something different, and I'll be like so confused. And then I'll reread what I've just read and be like, oh, hang on, no, yeah, turns out that was me. That was my bad. I was in the wrong, actually. I've no idea what these bits on the bag are. I'm going to make them yellow. I usually host Friendmas and we do the party food then. Love that, Amy. That's a great idea. I think there's something so fun about going shopping for the party food as well. I just be like, oh, get this, get that, get that. And then you end up having so much food. You can't eat it all, but it's great. Okay, I must put on 5,000 layers and get ready for this game. Good luck, Kimberlyn. I say good luck. Good luck to your nephew. And just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. There we go. Right, what other bits do we have on the page? I'm going to do this pillow blue. But I might do it slightly lighter. Oh, Amy, I love treeslets. Oh, I went through a phase where I was obsessed with treeslets. Like treeslets with hummus. Yes. Amazing. We've already started buying the tubs for this year. Love that. I think it was like maybe one of the first years they started doing them and they weren't very popular. And so a load of them were reduced and we just bought loads and ate them throughout the year. It's so many treeslets. Yeah, they're great. It's so much better than cheeselets, which are the exact same thing. But something about them being in that triangular tree shape tastes better. Thanks for joining, Kimberlyn. I will see you next week. Have a good rest of your day. The shape makes all the difference. It really does. Yeah. Right, what else have I got to colour? This little bag here. Do blue as well. I just noticed the bunny bags are apple shaped. Yeah, that's so cute. I don't know if I should colour or start colouring their outfits. Oh, I'll do these lights. I'm just going to keep them really simple and give them a bit of a yellow. Once again, I want my ivory pencil and I don't have it. I don't know about you guys, but as I'm colouring this in, I am seeing it as a daytime scene rather than a nighttime scene. So I'm kind of leaning towards doing some sort of bluish background. Maybe quite a muted blue. Might even bring in some of my Prismas for that. So I have some good muted blues that I like using for sky backgrounds. You know what, I could grab my cream to go over that. So that ivory. I'm struggling to determine with what is on this rainy day page. Are you doing the one with the mushrooms, Amanda? Because yeah, I struggle with that. It's a really weird page. I think you kind of have to accept the fact that not all the lines match up to things and just colour it all a colour and be done with it. Yep. Sunset could work too. Yeah, I was thinking of a sunset, but I could potentially do something along the lines of like it's just the sun is just setting. So we've got a bit of blue and a bit of yellow. I think, yeah, sunset is nice and I think it would add to the autumn feel of the page. Something about the sunset gives me autumn, even though sunsets happen all times a year. Honestly, I actually associate summer more with sunsets, but having like the reds, the oranges, yellows gives it that autumn vibe, or adds to the autumn vibe of the page. Alright, let's do this little baggie here. Early evening sky, yeah. Yeah, like the sun is just about setting. I will, between streams, I'll have a look at some reference photos and see what I like. So I don't know if I even want to use all pencils for it, because it's a very big background. I'm really avoiding these plates. I don't want to colour the plates. I don't know what colour to do the plates. So we've got a couple here and a couple there. Something. They don't all have to be the same colour. In fact, we've got some stacks of something or other there. I'm going to make it blue. I think I'll do those red just to bring in a bit of red over here. Sunrise works too. Yeah, I don't know if I see it as like a morning scene though. Like they look like they're setting up. I don't know if I see that in the morning. More as a late afternoon, evening kind of deal. I think I'll do this lantern red. Okay. Let's do the plates blue. So I think we need some blue over here. We could do those knife blue as well. Mm. These little bits on the plate, yellow, because I don't know what that is. Often if I'm in doubt of what something is, just do it brown, yellowish colour, that'll be fine. There we go. Just checking, is that all the little bits? I think that's all the little bits. I do feel a desire to do some of their clothes before we go. Oh, I'm so sorry, I just realised that I was all the way down in the frame. I wasn't paying attention. So I think this guy needs to be wearing a blue outfit. So what do we think? Are these bunnies all part of one family? Or is it a few families that have gone away together? A couple of families and some friends? Did everyone see all the colouring tags for November? There's a lot of November Mad Tea Party. Yes, I've seen the Mad Tea Party a lot. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. Thanks for the stream. I'm going to have a midnight snack and watch some TV. Good night. Good night, Leandri. Have a lovely night's sleep. Have a nice snack. A few families, I think. Maybe family and friends. Extended family with cousins. I like that idea. It's like the entire family. You've got the aunts, the uncles, a couple of grandparents. Maybe that's the sleeping grandpa who's had enough. He's too old for this. I think these 3 scarves will need to be different colours. So I will do this one in red. I'm going to do this one in red as well in the tent. Extended family is nice, yeah. Also, tag yourself. Which bunny are you? Which bunny would you be in this situation? Which would I be? I feel quite a strong attachment to this guy. Trying to balance the cups and just failing. Like I can balance 5, I can do it. And then it's just disaster. And I'll do this bunny in blue. Listing whilst changing. I'm the one just watching the other bunny put the lights up. This one like, oh, you're doing such a good job, well done. Or this one. As a kid, I was the bunny behind the tent trying to get out of the way of having to do work. Yeah, definitely feel that vibes. I'm the one with the red scarf of the tent. Amanda's just getting on with it, getting the plates out. Like, come on, kids. Let's go. Bye, Kimberlyn. I'm the sleeping one. I mean, emotionally, I am the sleeping one. Just grab the yellow for this one. Right, then these apple bags definitely have to be red, don't they? I feel like these are little twins who always have to be matching. Those kind of twins. Twins, but they need something to differentiate them. So I think I'm going to do one wearing a scarf that's blue with yellow stripes, and the other's wearing a scarf that's yellow with blue stripes. Be careful surrounding the yellow ones. There we go. I'll give the stalks a bit of brown. I'm about to get off work and head to the grocery store. Thanks for making my last 3 hours of work more enjoyable. Thanks for joining, Alicia. Here's to the weekend finally starting. I'm not enjoying this page at all. I'll be honest, Amanda, when I was colouring it, I was colouring it because, not that I had to, I don't have to do anything, but because I had to, because it was picked for the group. And I wouldn't, if it wasn't for the group, I would not be colouring that page on rainy day. And so I did kind of force myself through it, and I'm glad I did, because I did end up fairly liking the finished results. Not my favourite page, but that's okay. Mine, I mean, yours is super cute. I hoped I got that. Not that I think my page is amazing, but I don't think I've done anything to make someone hate it. Yes, I get you. I'm liking how it's coming out, but not enjoying the process. Yeah, the process for that page was not fun. I will show you guys the page if you're wondering. Ooh, where is it? Here it is. Ooh. Rainy day. This is the page. And it's probably one of the most detailed pages in this book. And I do like the result. I'm glad I pushed through it, but colouring it, this was one of those pages where I was like, where the hell do I start? So I started with the trees, coloured the tree trunks, and then I coloured like the moss. And then I did all like the leaves. And then by that point, you're pretty much done. And initially I wanted to go for a more autumnal vibe, and I think that's where I was getting a bit confused. But also I looked on Instagram and no one's coloured this page. So I was kind of going blind. So I asked ChatGPT and asked about like how to colour it, and it gave me some ideas of like, oh, okay, this is a tree and that's a tree and all that. Happy you were showing it because it makes much more sense to you. You do need to see it kind of coloured. Like I took a picture and asked for ChatGPT to do a colour mock-up, and that definitely helped to be like, oh, okay, that's a tree trunk and that's a tree trunk and so on and so on. It's a hard page to look at and distinguish all the details uncoloured. Yeah, there we go. Elizabeth, since one's bigger than and they kind of look like siblings, one older and one younger. The little ones always want to be like the older ones. Oh, these two, yeah, the little bigger one. It's like, oh yeah, I got a matching bag with them. I'm just at myself with a sibling. Yeah, that's the one Steve did on stream on Monday. I was colouring it at the same time. Okay, I think once I've done this, that is all of the bits done. And I've just got the bunnies, the actual bunnies themselves, like the bunny fur patterns. So that is where I'm going to leave it tonight, guys. Right, let me square this up in frame. I will make sure to note down all of the pencils in the description. In fact, I will write them down on my swatch sheet a moment. Caput, mortuum. Yeah, I'm really loving this page, and I will finish it on Wednesday next week with you all. And the stream is ending at a good time because I really need a wee. Poor Lexi is she's gonna jump off, and there she goes. I do believe they're mountains in the distance, and I haven't quite worked out what colour I want to do them yet, so that's why I've left them until now. Yeah, I've got the bunnies and the background to do. So yeah, looking forward to finishing this page with you all next week on Wednesday. It will be slightly different if you're in America. Check the time on the scheduled stream. I think it will be an hour later because our clocks go back and yours don't go back for another week. But it might be the other way around. I'm not quite sure, so double check. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, everyone. And I will see you all in the next stream. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.